Hello everyone, hi, how are you guys doing? Welcome back to another episode of a Torchwood reaction. This is Haarute Live, and my name is Matt. Okay, so, hi, how's everyone doing? So today we're watching more Torchwood, and last time on Torchwood, we had Tosh fucking an alien. That was cool. It was a lesbian alien. That was right. That was fucking rad. And yeah, that was it. It was the Tosh episode. So we dealt with Tosh feeling like she is isolated from other people, like she is being pushed away, like people judge her or whatever. But eventually she was just like, well, I'm the one spying on them, so I'm also kind of garbage. And then she realized, well, people are not just like that. People are not just random thoughts that they have throughout the day. It's people are more complicated than that, right? And we send that alien to the sun. Jack did, and the Gwen and Owen fucking storyline still going. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I feel like that was probably like, was it the weakest episode so far? It's either that one or the first one or the second one. Every single one after that, I feel like it was pretty good, including the Cyberwoman episode. As long as you knocked that outfit, I think it was pretty good. But yeah, I don't know what we're gonna be doing today. So let's just get into it. So yeah, let's go. Torchwood, season 1, episode 8. Let's go.
Suzie Costello.
Why did you kill those people? The more I use the glove, the more I...
This is new. So how is this relevant? Is it gonna be relevant to this episode? I mean, it has to be, right? They did, like, keep the body in the morgue. I remember that. I mean, I literally just saw it, but I remember that when Jack did that. Look at this badass. There's everyone with sunglasses walking in slow motion. Fucking CSI over here.
You always this dressy for a murder investigation?
Would you rather me naked?
God help me. Stories are true. That's
Look at Jack's face. What are we gonna fucking see? Okay.
It's like somebody wants your attention.
Okay, sure.
They've got it.
Okay, so how is this connected to, like, the Suzie shit? They keep killing Suzie? Is that the name of the episode?
Torchwood walks all over this city like you own it. Now these people are paying the price.
Oh, we're in trouble.
What is it?
Compound B67.
You're kidding.
What's that?
He's got retcon in his blood.
Oh. That's what Jack used and when on episode 1, isn't it?
Why don't we just ask the victims ourselves?
Not the right time for a seance, thank you very much.
The first time I met Torchwood,
The glove.
had that glove.
Yeah.
Not after what he did to Suzie.
It brings people back to life. Just for 2 minutes, we could question the murder victims.
That's exactly what she said.
These murders are happening because of Torchwood. So Torchwood has got to do something.
We never gave it a cool name.
We
We
should.
called it the Resurrection Gauntlet.
Cool name.
Uh,
The Risen Mitten.
that's dumb, but I'm down for it. I'm down for it. I'm down for it. The Risen Mitten.
The maximum resurrection time is 2 minutes. That's only because Suzie had practice. The most we're likely to get is 30 seconds, okay?
Come back.
How does it work?
You just sort of feel like reaching into the dark.
I like we're bringing the glove back.
I can't. I don't. Nothing. Never was very good with this thing.
Okay.
Owen.
I tried last time. We all had a go at only responding to Suzie.
Well, I never had a go.
Love relies on some sort of empathy, maybe compassion,
Yeah.
and just be yourself.
No wonder it didn't work with fucking any of them. It worked. Okay.
Who are you?
I'm just trying to help, sweetheart. I'm just trying to...
I want my mum. Please. Let me see my mum.
That was it.
I can bring him back.
The glove only works once.
But I can do it. Just let me try.
Wait, look at me.
He's gone.
This is why we shouldn't use the glove.
If Yanto has stopped watching, he's happy.
It's the button on the top.
Max. Never knew his surname. There was someone who knew him better. That She was always talking to him.
What was her name?
Suzie Costello.
Suzie.
We've been talking to the wrong corpse.
Oh boy. Okay. This is gonna be a fun one. Resurrect your dead party member that committed suicide after she betrayed you.
She wouldn't go to that support group bollocks.
How do you know? I mean, were you friends? Any of you?
This is true.
Time we got to know our deceased colleague a little better.
Is her father still alive?
Dunno.
Well, you must have looked him up to tell him his daughter was dead.
When Suzie left Torchwood, she was on the run. She wiped all her records.
Whoa.
The book. Emily Dickinson.
The lesbian?
Pilgrim. She's part of it.
Okay, so we have a lead. We gotta bring her back to question her.
It's time Suzie came back.
Well, good thing we keep her fucking corpse. I remember him stashing the corpse, and I was like, why? I was like, is this a thing that he does? And it's like, no. We're storing her because we're bringing her back at one point. I could see the actress moving a little bit.
I'm sorry, but I don't want to look her in the eye.
I like that. I like that she's like, I can't.
Any advice? Yeah, I know. Empathy. Even though she did try to kill me.
You and me both.
That was a weird night.
No, it's not.
Okay. Yeah, that was a messed up night.
We're out of options.
There's always the knife. When she killed all those people, she always used the knife. It's made out of the same metal as the glove.
We've seen it before. Metallic resonance, like the glove works better if the knife's part of the process, like closing a circle.
So are we gonna...
A small detail.
She's
The
dead.
knife was used to kill people. She's already dead.
Alright, so we kill her again.
Life knife.
Life knife?
It was just a sort of spark, and then it was...
So it did something. Oh, okay, so we're gonna stab her in the heart, and then we're gonna resurrect her, and then we're gonna stab her again, and then... That's why the title of the episode is that. It fucking worked.
Suzie, listen. Just look. Look where you are.
Did you kill me?
You killed yourself, remember?
Oh my god, I shot myself!
Yeah, I can see it in her chin.
Wait a minute, didn't I kill you?
Never mind that. We need names and details.
Who's using the glove? I'm sorry. No, Gwen bloody Cooper.
We're losing her.
Stay here, damn you!
Don't force it, Gwen.
She's not getting away this time, stay here! No!
I told you to stop. So I've got to. Right, here we go. Hold on. Okay, pulse. Yes, it's over now.
Excuse me. I'm still counting.
There's not much point. Susie's dead.
No, according to your equipment, she's just unconscious.
What's going on?
Because the knife is still in her chest. We never did that.
She can't be.
No. Still breathing.
Okay. Sure. This is a fun one. I like this episode. I like this episode's premise. So here's our resident corpse with with Dad. How are her motor functions working? Maybe they don't. That's why she's in a wheelchair.
I'm going to stay like this.
I
For
don't know.
how long? Can I see my father?
No.
You wiped your records. We had no trace of him.
So he doesn't even know that I'm dead?
Well, you're not anymore.
This is sick.
It is.
You started it.
She did, too. This is a very interesting episode.
How much retcon did you give him?
Owen, hello. Scared to face me?
You frightened the shit out of me, yeah.
What about Toshiko? She's still here.
Yeah, she's here. All the gang, happy days.
One a week, every week. For 2 years.
That's a lot.
What the hell did you do that for?
I wanted someone to talk to.
So she talked to him about her issues and made him forget it every time for 2 years.
You overdosed him.
I didn't know that. It's all my fault, isn't it? Never bloody stops being my fault.
I cannot tell if she's
Can't you just
actually
let me die?
guilty about it, or
You don't get off that easy.
she just feels like everyone guilts her.
There's someone missing. This girl came every week.
The glove, Gwen. Gets inside your mind.
Yeah, alright, Susie, stop creeping me out.
I like that she has a hood on because it looks too fucked up.
Not like you to be so judgmental.
Not like you to go on a murder spree.
Look out for Lucy. Oh no, it's going after Gwen. Alright, good job, Jack.
You saved my life.
Maybe I came back for a reason.
Okay, that's cool. That's cool.
So your name is Max Trezillian. Can you?
We're not even like halfway through the episode, by the way. So, so I don't know where this is going.
Inside the Torchwood facility. And 5, 6. Keep watching. As soon as we reach 10. Just stops dead. This is a drug-induced psychosis. It's a very specific one.
Like he reacts to the word Torchwood.
Thanks, Jack. What about Suzie? What are you gonna do with her?
No idea.
She might be an immortal now. Like,
Just one favour, I want to see my father. Cancer. All that waiting and then I go and die first.
can you drink stuff? It's not gonna fall over the hole in your fucking.
Since I've been gone, you enjoying it?
Yes.
The.
Well, you know, this place, it's sort of...
I got replaced. By someone better.
And I'm a lot more than just a replacement.
Have you slept with Owen?
Oh! How long did it
There you
take?
go, replace me completely.
Wow. Jack is not a good boss, dude.
I had a boyfriend who used to walk into rooms like that. The grand entrance.
Susie had the glove. You put her in charge of it. But tell me, Jack, did you ever ask about her father?
How do you mean?
He's got cancer. He's been dying slowly now for years. You give his daughter the one device that brings people back to life. Is it any wonder she got obsessed?
Oh, so this is all my fault.
Well, isn't it? Did you ever stop and think? Did you ever look at Susie? Did you ever think what that glove would do to her? Did you?
Right from the start. You thought Susie's death was because of you. Because it happened when you arrived. Then you brought her back to life. All the way. Because you wanted it so much, okay?
We're both responsible.
Undying forever, just you and her?
No way.
Could be.
I wouldn't wish that on her. I'd sooner kill her right now.
Could you though, kill her?
Yeah.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
This episode is really fucking interesting, dude. I love it. I love it so much.
Have a look at Gwen with Suzie.
Are Gwen and Susie like locked? Is their life like locked together?
What is that?
Life. But with Suzie, it's a permanent connection, and she is getting stronger. It's still going right now. She is draining the life out of Gwen.
How do we stop
Okay.
it?
We gotta kill her.
Yeah.
Again?
Again.
Like you said. I'm the boss.
And there you're gone. Yep. It makes sense that she can't move because her brain is just fucked.
Come on, let's go get them. What the hell? Yanto!
I thought you must have done it. We've gone into lockdown.
Then reverse it.
I can't. It's 100%. The doors are sealed. We're locked in.
Jack's not stupid. He's gonna catch us.
You never know. You might get lucky.
Okay. Compassion does this. Did Susie do it?
Got to be an answer. Suzie couldn't physically start the lockdown, but Gwen wouldn't have let her. But there's no one else.
Wait a minute. We've got a guest.
Did
Stop for me. The carriage
Can
has
Susie-
just ourselves and immortality, because I could not stop.
can Susie control her?
Emily Dickinson.
Because I could
What does it mean?
It's a verbal trigger. Say it out loud, maybe repeat it 100 times over and the hub locks down.
Suzie must have installed a vocal command program.
Is this all part of the master plan?
He's alive, yeah. Max is just a Trojan horse. Suzie planned this right from the start.
She playing dying and then coming back and becoming immortal. Was that the master plan?
The retcon, everything. It's all been a hoax to get us to resurrect Suzie.
Whoa!
He follows Susie's program and starts killing.
And the whole
The
chain of
clues are
events
there.
forces us to bring
So we bring Susie
And
back.
then she escapes.
And then we turn her into a mortal. Holy shit! Holy shit, Susie. Dude, I cannot believe that this was all part of the master plan. This mug bitch. Look at her.
Cheeks.
Less color on
Thanks
yours.
to you, I shot Jack right through the head. I killed him. Stone dead. And then you just stood up and lived.
Yep.
How?
I don't know. You wouldn't explain it properly. He said something happened to him a while back. He said he can't die.
It's all very easy for Captain Jack, isn't it?
She's jealous of his immortality now. I have to say, Susie's pretty good this episode. Like, the actress is playing Susie, because the entire time I'm wondering whether or not she's fake or not. But that's why when the reveal came.
One more time. Nice and clear.
We're locked in our base and we can't get out.
You believe in heaven?
We had that in episode 1. The dude said nothing. Oh my god, there's nothing.
White light and all that.
Just a big concept. Aww.
Smell of carbolic.
Your faith never left primary school.
So what's up then?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Just crush all your dreams, girl. But
But if there's nothing, what's the point of it all?
yeah, well,
This is driving through the dark. All this stupid, tiny stuff.
yep.
Moths around a flame. Creatures clinging together in the cold.
So when you die, it's just
Darkness.
you're all alone. There's no one else.
I didn't say that.
What do you mean?
Hmm?
Why do you think I'm so desperate to come back? There's something out there. In the dark. And it's moving.
The fuck?
That's it. Everybody, move, move, move. Kathy, thank you.
Pleasure.
Is it her dad?
I'm not.
Feeling well?
Oh my god, this headache!
Is that the same? Is she gaining the injury that Susie gained? Yeah. Is Susie healing?
Slowly.
Oh, it is happening. Okay, so that's how that works. That's how she regains her motor functions. And Gwen's dying.
It's me, Dad. Wake up.
Grab a brush and put a little makeup. Do you two hate each other? Oh, is she here to kill him? She's here to kill him!
Bye.
What are you doing?
Whoa.
That's worth coming back for. Sending him into the dark. It's just what the bastard deserves.
The glove is killing Gwen and keeping you alive.
I know.
Then stop.
But I get to live. Why would I stop?
For Gwen's sake.
But she replaced me, and now I'm doing the same to her. Isn't that fair?
If she's dead, then I'm gonna kill you, Suzie Costello.
And if she's not dead, I'm gonna kill you anyway. Like,
But would you? When there's a part of her that's now me, could you really do that? If I'm the only thing left of her?
Why are you doing this?
Because life is all Jack.
to survive.
You should know. She's a real find, this one. Gwen Cooper. She's better than me. She's so much better. I was never any good.
I'm sorry. Have you gone? Gwen?
Let her go.
I can't.
Let Gwen go.
I can't.
I think we're too late. If I kill you, does she live?
But you can't, Jack. Because look at me.
Just shoot her.
I'm the last thing left of Gwen Cooper. Can't you see it? Just the smallest bit of her.
No.
Not one bit.
No. Not a fucking bit. Die, bitch.
Nothing.
Keep shooting.
Broke the connection.
Oh, die.
Can she not die? Keep going. Go for a headshot.
I'm never gonna die.
It's all your fault, Jack.
Is she literally immortal?
You recruited me.
The glove. Tosh, destroy the glove. It's keeping them connected.
Oh.
Yanto, armament code 5.
Oh, that's smart. So the entire time we should have done that.
Captain, my captain. Something moving in the dark. And it's coming. Jack Harkness.
Okay.
It's coming
Sure.
for you.
Okay, she's... Oh. Woo. Okay, sure. What was your fucking plan, Suzie? I mean, I know what the plan was, but it was a shot in the dark, is what it was.
One day we're gonna run out of space.
Yeah. I asked this question, how many bodies are here already?
You're interested, I've still got that stopwatch. Lots of things you can do with a stopwatch.
Oh yeah. I can think of a few.
There's quite a list.
I'll send the others home early. See you in my office in 10.
That's 10 minutes. And counting.
Yeah, my theory is coming together. My theory is coming together here.
I'll put a lock on the door, just in case she goes walking again.
Nah. No chance of that.
I
The
would...
resurrection days are over, thank God.
It's the thing about gloves, sir. They come in pairs.
Ooh. Oh, that's true. That's a really good thing to bring up. Yeah, put the lock on the door, just in case. Okay, there we go. That's the end of the episode. Oh. Okay, that was They Keep Killing Suzie. That's a great name. So, okay, that episode was great. That episode was fucking awesome. So, okay, do I want to skim through it? Do I just, like, I don't even know what to say. I don't know where to begin. That was just great. So, okay, so what I want to say is that last time, I remember last episode, somebody on Patreon told me, hey, so we already had the Tosh episode, the Gwen episode, the Owen episode, the Yanto episode, the Jack episode. So which one are we missing? And I was like, I don't know, man. Like, maybe the rotation comes back in, or maybe we'll just move on from that. But that was just like, no, we're missing the Suzie episode. The team member that died on the first episode because she was the antagonist. That's the one we're missing. It wasn't really her episode, but it was strongly about her. So, not about her, but she was in it. She was again the antagonist. And we learn that fucking everything she did, including dying, was part of the master plan. Maybe not all of it, but like a lot of it was part of the master plan. So, okay. So, let's start at the beginning. So, there's murders happening, and people are murdering people and writing the word Torchwood and blood on the walls. And then it's like, well, it's your lot, people. It's you lot, people, that some random people die, and it's because of you. And it's like, to a degree, I suppose that's true. We're at fault for those people dying. But. Then we're like, we put the pieces together and we end up coming to the conclusion of like, well, Suzie probably knows something about this thing because she was somewhat connected to this person, because it was like a support group or whatever. So we need to bring Suzie back from the death and ask her, yo, what's up? We do that. So the only person that can bring Suzie back to life is Gwen. And so the way the glove works, apparently, and it didn't work like this before in episode 1, but is it because there needs to be like a link or like a strong connection or something between these two people? Maybe that's why. Well, the knife has to be on the person while they do it, right? And before, it wasn't with the knife on the person. It was the knife was used, but then nothing, right? So maybe that. Whatever. So the point is that they succeed in resurrecting Suzie. Gwen does. And a life link is formed between the two of them, and Suzie is sucking the life out of Gwen. And Suzie appeals to Gwen's humanity in order for Gwen to be like, alright, I'm gonna take you to your dad. You want to see him. He was dying of cancer. We don't know for how long you got, how long you're gonna be doing. You're gonna stay alive here, and I don't know how long he has, so I'm gonna take you to him, okay? So they do that. That's alright, that's fucked. Then they found out, oh shit, Suzie is slowly killing Gwen, but then they go like, well, a lockdown happened, who locked us down? And then it's like, well, couldn't have been Gwen, couldn't have been Suzie, because Suzie can't move. Like, her brain is missing, so she has no more functions. So then it's a matter of like, well, who did it? And then they go to like the random guy that they got, who was the killer, who got himself into a trance of like a hypnosis trance of whenever it hear, well, not really. So Suzie made it so every time that she saw him, it kept him in check, but after a specific amount of time without her seeing him, 3 months, he started going insane and just started going on murder sprees and running towards Torchwood and whatever and doing the murders. So then Torchwood would track him down and then follow the breadcrumbs that would lead to Susie's resurrection. So that was great. But the fact that the dude is there, and then she also made it so the dude would, when he's in Torchwood, he will start chanting a specific set of words over and over and over and over again. And Suzie made it so if those words were spoken X amount of times, then the base would just enter in full lockdown. And that happened as Suzie and Gwen went out. So then the whole team got locked inside Torchwood, and then they had to call the detective and tell her, okay, so we need your help and we need the like book or whatever. So then they started looking for a sequence or whatever in order to undo the lockdown, and it worked out. Right, it worked out. So then they went after her, and surprise. So Suzie and Gwen get to the dad's hospital, and then Suzie just murders them. So first of all, Gwen is like, what's happening to me? I feel weak. And then she touches her head, and it's like a little blood, and she's like, what's happening? And then Suzie is like, oh, you're slowly getting shot through the head. It hurts a lot. I would know. And it's like, okay, so that answers that question that I had. It was like, because her brain is gone, therefore how could she move? Answer is she can't, so she couldn't move. She was in a wheelchair the entire time. It was weird how she could even speak, but sure, let's say she could. But the thing is that after that, I was like, well, how are they gonna do it so she sucks the life out of Gwen? Is she gonna be alive but she can move, and Gwen is just gonna be dead? But then it's like, no, their bodies are actually like replacing each other in how healthy they are. So Gwen started getting the same injury Suzie had, and Suzie started healing her own. So it is like a life swap glove. Just like you can bring someone back to life as long as you give up your own life, and you trade places. Essentially, that's what it is. It's like you trade places in the exact same way. Okay, that's pretty cool. And now I'm wondering, Yanta said at the end of the episode, like, we can, that's the thing about gloves, they usually come in pairs. I'm wondering if the second glove does something different than the first glove, because it could be that the first glove does like bring someone like trade places, but maybe the second glove does something different. And if you use them in conjunction with each other, you could like make someone immortal or something like that. Well, no, she did turn immortal, but the second glove maybe allows for the second person to survive or something. I don't know. I don't know how that would work. It is weird to trade a life, because you're not really trading places, because one of them becomes immortal and the other one doesn't. So that's weird. That's weird. Would she become immortal, or does she take the remaining amount of years of life that Gwen had, and no matter how she died, she would live that amount of years that Gwen had? Like, she would be healthy for that amount of time? But it's weird, because then we're starting to get into time shenanigans rather than like biological shit or whatever. But that's fine. Time shenanigans is nothing compared to like metaphysical shenanigans or afterworld shenanigans, heavenly shenanigans, hell shenanigans, whatever you want to call it. So Suzie dropped something here on us near the end, and like she dropped on Gwen a little bit, and then she dropped it on Jack, and she said, So when talking with Gwen, she mentioned that there is nothing, there's just darkness, but then she's like, but I didn't say I was alone. And I'm like, wait, what? And then she did say, what do you think I was trying so hard to come back? And I'm like, well, you just kind of dropped the hint that you were trying to come back. But never mind. We'll gloss over that. I can buy that. But then when Jack is killing her, she's like, I'll tell you a little bit of information before I go. And there is something out there in the dark, and it's coming for you, Jack. And that's like, I want to watch that again. So there's something moving in the dark, and it's coming, Jack Harkness. It's coming for you. And then Tosh destroys the gauntlet, and she instantly dies, and Gwen instantly comes back to life. Okay, so that's good. So is that or set up for what the season's gonna be, or even the show? I don't know, because I don't know how the structure of this is gonna be. Because with Doctor Who, you kind of have a structure. You can kind of like see a structure and be like, okay, that's what we're doing. Especially during the RTD era. During the RTD era of Doctor Who, we did have like every season. It was like we had a hint towards this thing, a hint towards this thing, a hint towards this thing, and then at the end of the season, during the finale, it's like that's what it was all along. So. And even during Moffat era, you can say. And they tried to do it a little bit during series 12, which have now... Was it? I'm forgetting. Yeah, it was 12. But like, in RTD era, we had series 1, we had Bad Wolves. Series 2, we had Torchwood. Series 3, we had Harold Saxon. Series 4, we had a bunch of random shit that ended up coming together as like these things hinted at the... like at the planets being missing, like the bees are disappearing or some shit like that. Like there were a couple hints, as well as like Rose showing up at the beginning. That was and then it all came together. And then for series 5, I believe we had like the crack. Series 6 we had I don't know, man. Series 6 wasn't great for me. Series 7 also wasn't great for me. 8 we did have like Missy, and like that's something cool that I was thinking about earlier. It's like in series 8 we established that heaven exists. There is an afterlife. It just so happens that it was the master fucking with the Doctor, and that's what the afterlife was. So it's weird to watch something like this now, because it's like it is happening in the same universe, but it is not. It is like soft canon, right? It is like, because the main source material, which is Doctor Who, is now contradicting something that Torchwood set up. And of course, you can come up with some weird bullshit explanation that makes sense for the both of them. Such as like, I don't know, man, Missy knew about the shit, and thus she didn't get those people inside the chronosphere, whatever the name of that thing was, the heaven place. I don't know, you can say something like that. These people are important. Missy saw them and she was like, no, those people need to do their own shit in order to keep the timeline together. I don't know. But anyway, the series 9 we had the hybrid that didn't really matter that much, and 10 we have some. It was Missy again in 10 for a little bit, I suppose. Whatever. The point is, mostly during the RTD era, we did have a formula of like, every episode or every couple episodes, there's going to be a small mention or a small whatever that hints towards something that's going to come together at the finale. And the best case of that, it's probably Bad Wolf. Bad Wolf was fucking awesome. It was dope. So the fact that now we're dropping something here in Torchwood, where it's like, there's something in the dark, in the afterlife, that is coming for you, specifically, Captain Jack Harkness. And it's like, okay, is the afterlife a thing? The darkness, something that's coming? And for Jack specifically, I don't know how much of that I want to believe, how much of that is true, how much of that was her just exaggerating or being dramatic. Let's say that none of that was dramatic and all of it was real. The fuck? And is that our setup for the finale? It could be. If they want to do like a big finale like they would with Doctor Who in the RTD era, then this is the setup. This would be the setup. This is what I would believe, at least. It could, but again, we don't know the formula for Torchwood. It could just not be that. It could not be that for the season. It could be for the show. This could be the setup for the show. Or it could just be nothing. She could just be fucking with them. I don't know that. It could just be like a dramatic moment of like something's in the dark is always waiting for you, Jack. But you'll never see it because you never die, but at some point you will. When you're like 5 billion years old and a head in a jar. And you will die alongside a cat lady. That's so stupid, by the way. The face of bullshit. That's great. I love that. Okay, I'm getting super sidetracked. Okay, so Yanto and Jack fucked. Let's talk about that a little bit. I mean, I don't know what to say. They just fucked. So that's cool. This just adds fuel to my theory of like the goal of Torchwood is to just have all of them just fucking with each other, and the finale is just gonna be like a big orgy between all of them. I'm pretty sure that's just what the finale is gonna be. Fuck that like lurking into darkness shit that's coming for you. Doesn't matter. It's all about the orgy that we're setting up here. Okay, it's all about the orgy. So the only person that hasn't got laid with any of them is Tosh. Like that's true. It's Tosh. Yanto and Jack fucked. Gwen and Owen fucked. Even Suzie and Owen fucked. The only one that hasn't gotten laid with with some other team member is Tosh. So next episode, someone's gonna fuck Tosh. Either of them could be it. It really could be it. She could join a threesome. Fuck it. She could join a threesome. That could happen. Also, now we have established that Jack can fuck his team and he doesn't give a shit. So a couple episodes ago I was like, maybe not Jack because he's the boss and there is like a team dynamic. Fuck that. That's throwing out the window now. Jack can fuck someone on the team now. Like that doesn't matter anymore. So that's not our limitation. Now anything could happen. Dude, I want to draw like a circle of like who fucks who in Torchwood, or like who wants to fuck who, or like whatever. I don't think there is like a graphic to draw. I think it would just be like a bunch of lines, and so like that graphic wouldn't work. But yeah, dude. Okay, I just want to mention that. It's weird because like they were literally threatening to kill each other like, I don't know, four episodes ago, yeah, Sarah Woman, and now they're like, let's fuck. I mean, given it's been like 2 months probably since then, but still, it's interesting that's where they're at. It's interesting that's what Torchwood is, dude. I'm glad I got the vibe immediately for like what this was gonna be. I'm glad I got it. Because now it's just like, I don't care. This is just what it is. Oh, I don't have a gay flag, do I? I mean, I have to... They're both bi. They're both bi because they are both canonically fucked women before. Well, Yanto, we don't know. He could be a virgin. But he was in a relationship with Lisa. So they're both bi. Or pan. Well, what the fuck would Captain Jack be? Because he doesn't mind anything. Again, the Harkness test, right? Dude, like every time I edit a Torchwood episode and I talk about fucking aliens, I thinking about, I didn't bring up the Harkness test, and I should, because I know about it. I brought it up in fucking Doctor Who when Captain Jack showed up in never mind. So I brought it in Doctor Who, but I haven't brought it in Torchwood, and I loved the Harkness test. It is this fucking picture that it's this fucking picture. Just Google it. Just Google Harkness test. And yeah, it is a Know Your Meme page. And if you image search it, you'll find it. Like, it's just the first picture. And it is a picture that says, so you want to fuck a fictional creature, give it the Harkness test first. Does it have human intelligence or greater? Can it talk or otherwise communicate with language? Is it of sexual maturity for its species? If the answer to all three is yes, then you can fuck it. If it's a non-human creature with sapience, all you need to have and all you need to have consensual sex with is you answer no to one or more, watch out, that is bestiality or possibly pedophilia, so don't fuck it. And then there's an illustrated guide of like a snake monster. And then it's like, do not fuck this. It's just a snake screaming. And the other one is like the snake blushing, saying and asking, are you an adult? Certainly. Do you want to fuck? Of course. And then it's like, it's okay to fuck this. And I like that it's give it the hardness test first. And it's a picture of John Barrowman next to it. It's like, give it the hardness test. Ah, that's so funny, dude. I love the hardness test. So yeah, I don't know what Captain Jack would be. Is there like an omnisexuality? Just like omnisexual? Like everything? Oh, dude, I Google omnisexual and Google autofilled with omnisexual flag. What am I getting myself into? It is pansexuality, I suppose. Sure, let's but like, does that apply to interspecies though? That's what I want to know. I don't know. The human race has not gotten the answers it needs yet for this question because we haven't encountered aliens yet. Once we encounter aliens, this conversation is gonna happen and the hardness test is gonna be brought up. Okay? As soon as we meet alien life, the hardness test is gonna be brought into the table and is gonna be our go-to resource as to, is it okay to be horny for that alien though? That's gonna be like, how did I sidetrack into this topic? I feel like I just rushed through the entire episode and what it was, and now I'm just talking about random shit. I do that often, but like, dude, okay, let's go back to the episode. But what else is there to say? Like, the episode was fucking great. It was awesome. Was it my favorite? Maybe. It was either this one or Countryside. I love Countryside. And I love the Cyberwoman episode. And this one too. So it's definitely top 3, maybe top 1, maybe top 2. Let's throw it in top 2 for now. But like, I love the idea that Suzie had the master plan since the moment before she died. She like planned it all along. And she planned to become immortal and suck the life out of Gwen and shit. Maybe not specifically Gwen, but like suck the life out of someone. And I thought that the way that the direction the episode was going to go is that they're going to have a conversation about Jack being immortal and she wanting to become an immortal. And Jack being like, you don't want that, right? You don't fucking want that. But that's not where it went. In fact, we didn't talk about that at all. And in fact, we brought up the fact that there might be an afterlife that is not the afterlife. It's like darkness and there's like a monster coming for you or whatever. It's like in Georgia Part 4, when there's like the hands in the alleyway, that shit. So that's probably what death is like. But yeah, I just love the fact that we brought Suzie back. I love that this character from episode 1, we didn't waste it immediately. We brought her back and we made her more of a badass than we could have. Because it's like, no, she planned her death. She planned literally everything. She planned it all along in order to become immortal because she's obsessed. Not obsessed, but like she is. So probably as soon as they learn about the gauntlet and the glove, and as soon as they learn about the fact that there is like no afterlife, because even there was a guy even at episode 1 that they were testing the glove with, and somebody asked him like, what's out there? What did you see when you died? What did you see? And he was like, nothing. Oh my god, there's nothing. There's nothing. And then he died. And that was kind of fucked. That was sad. So maybe that was what got Suzie into the idea of like, I need to stay alive. I need to survive because there's nothing else. This is all that matters, right? So maybe that could be it. Given, I don't know how the timelines would make sense because she had to like work this out and plan it all along for like several months, I suppose. But like, I don't know for how long they were testing the glove for, but whatever. So I just love that Suzie came back in that manner. She had the entire master plan. She was awesome, and she had this revenge plan. The first thing she wanted to do was not to run away, but to take revenge on her dad. And it's like, they don't need to explain that. They don't need to explain that. You can just imagine, okay, this guy was probably the scum of the earth. We can just say that that is the case, or we can say Suzie just killed her. Suzie just killed him because they probably had like a bad relationship of sorts. Maybe it wasn't the worst thing in the world, but Suzie has killed people before, so she kind of doesn't care about killing. She's killing Gwen right now in this episode. As she killed her dad, she was also killing Gwen. So it is the thing of like, maybe she doesn't care anymore. Maybe she just, whatever. She's just a murderer. Because she was. But like, I don't know. You can even say that guy was probably awful. He was a terrible dad. He probably did some fucked up shit too. Maybe fucked up shit to her. So you don't need to explain it. You can just say she desperately wanted to kill him, and that's why she went there, and then we eventually got her because of that, and that's fine, whatever, you know? Anyway, so I don't know, I just really love the episode concept for, like, we brought back Suzie, we brought back the glove, and we killed Suzie, and we killed the glove, and she, I like that, like, the episode's heart swerved into something else, because initially we thought, oh, we gotta catch a murderer that is obsessed with Torchwood or some shit, and then it's like, no, we have Susie's the master plan, and we have to find her, right? And that was great. I love that so much. So yeah, I just really like this episode, and it set up a couple things, it laid out a couple stuff, and that was cool. That was really cool. So yeah, this episode was awesome. Yeah. I like how Gwen is, like, compassionate. I like how that came to bite her in the ass here. Because that is the reason why Susie's plan worked, is because Gwen was compassionate. There was one scene that was really good that I just saw, where Gwen came to Jack. She opened the door in like a rude manner. And Jack was like... And Jack said, I had a boyfriend who used to walk into rooms like that. The grand entrance got kind of boring, and he's talking as he's reading like a document or whatever. That he was one of twins, so I put up with it. Twin acrobats, man, I gotta write that book, maybe in illustrated. And then he goes, I can talk for a long time, a very long time. When it's like she's like walking around like I need to say something, and Jack is like, I can keep talking, I can keep doing this for a long time, and I love that is the case. That is the thing. So the conversation goes the way of Gwen goes like, okay, Suzie had the glove that could bring people back from the dead, and her dad had cancer, and you knew that, and you put her in charge of it, and so of course she would obsess over it. She would really obsess over that shit. So what happened to her is your fault to a degree. You knew that. Do you ever think about what would happen to her? How would she feel? And then Jack goes on the aggressive. He goes on the offensive and goes like, right from the start, you thought that Susie's death was because of you. Because it happened when you arrived. Then you brought her back to life all the way because you wanted it so much. And then he goes, we're both responsible. And he looks like very upset as he says it. He's not necessarily upset at Gwen. A little bit, but he's also upset at himself because he knows that what Gwen is saying is true. Like, maybe I should have think things through a little bit more. Maybe I should have taken care of her more. Because, of course, Jack regrets this to some degree. The thing is that he's a terrible boss. He's not a terrible person. Well, he's not a terrible person. I don't think he is. But he does make decisions that are a little bit gray sometimes, like sacrificing a child, but, like, he had to. But at the same time, it's like, he probably doesn't realize some things. Maybe you can even bring the card that he's barely human anymore. He doesn't feel his humanity so much because this was brought up before. The fact that he's just being a person out of time. You lose your touch with humanity sometimes. You touch with people, so you don't realize what you're doing to them sometimes. And that's what happened with Suzie probably. He's like, if I had realized that, then it could have been different. So he blames himself for it a little bit. But then he also goes on the offensive with Gwen and goes like, you also were blaming yourself for it. Because, yeah, like, we're both responsible to a degree. And I like that then they go, what the fuck are we going to do with her now? And they're like, I don't know. I don't know. Because, like, she might be immoral now. And I don't know. I like that. I like that conversation that they both had. And then at the end they had share, like, a look of, like, yeah, a knowing look. But, yeah. Yeah, that episode was awesome. I really like it. I love the title. They keep killing Suzie. It's like, I don't know, there's something funny about it. And because of the title, I thought that it would be more about along the lines of like, we need to bring her back for some reason and kill her again and bring her back and kill her again and just keep doing that shit like every like 5 minutes. That would be dope. I would like that. But no, it went a different direction. I really like it because it was like this weird storyline of Suzie coming back and she planned her death all along. And she had this master plan for revenge plot or just be mortal, whatever. And it was like, okay, sure, whatever. But yeah, I'm looking forward to whatever else they're gonna do with Torchwood with the creature into darkness or whatever, or if they're gonna have a second glove. That would be dope. I think the glove is a really fun concept idea. You could absolutely bring the glove back in the sense that you can have the right glove, because I think they had the left one. You can bring the right one, and you can even do something different, something similar but different. And it's like, now this was supposed to be used with the left one, so now this is fucked, right? Like something like that. That could be fun. But anyway, I think we're done with Torchwood for today. Fun episode. I'm gonna go to bed now because I slept like 4 hours today, so that's fun. Yeah. Anyway, thank you for being here. Okay, everyone, thank you so much for watching this Torchwood reaction. If you would like to see next one, it should already be up on Patreon, as well as full length. Check out the links in the description, and I'll see you next time, okay? Take care, everyone. Goodbye.